Irish roads have played host to motorbike races for decades, with the history of the sport here stemming back to 1902. Well, that all shuddered to a stop after Brexit struck, and organisers found themselves unable to secure insurance. For 4 years, no road races were held in the Republic, but in recent weeks, events have begun to return, bringing hope and optimism to the passionate community of people who follow the sport. But with safety, insurance and funding concerns, what is the future of motorbike racing here? Josh Crosby has been trying to find out.
To the outside, it looks like we are stone mad that we take our brain out and go.
I think it's great for young lads. It's a stepping stone going forward.
I always wanted to race, but was never allowed.
Everything is about safety.
It's absolutely mind-blowing to get it up and running again.
This is what life is about. Everybody here in this paddock, this is their livelihood, their friends, their families.
Motorcycle racing has been taking place in Ireland for over 120 years, followed by devoted fans who feel the sport is not being supported enough.
Biggest challenge is getting more support from government officials and getting Sport Ireland to come on board more and put something into it like they do it on equestrian and all the rest of the sports. And that if we could get some of that kind of help towards motorbike sport, to the younger lads coming up and teach them and help them along. And isn't it better to see them here and enjoying being with their families and enjoying the sport and not out in the streets, you know, doing things they shouldn't be doing.
From roads to tracks like this behind me, motorcycle racing is back. Fans of the sport love it, critics think it's too dangerous. Safety concerns, insurance and rising costs are all impacting the long-term vision of the sport here in Ireland.
First three things we think of for every event we organise is safety, safety and safety. It's devastating for anybody involved if we have a tragedy, you know, and it's a completely terrible situation for all involved. So nobody wants that to happen. Nobody plans for such an incident to occur.
A man in his 50s has died after a single motorcycle collision at a race in Skerries, County Dublin.
Motorcycle racing takes place on both tracks like Mondello and competitions on closed public roads such as the well-known Isle of Man TT. Since road racing fully returned this year, 3 competitors have been killed at motorcycle road events across the island of Ireland. At Mondello's Masters Superbike Championship, organisers say they are constantly improving the protection of the riders.
Well, safety is always the overriding aspect of everything that we do. Everything in terms of safety is looked at in advance. The circuit has to be licensed by Motorcycling Ireland and it has to be passed for its safety, but then it's inspected at every event to make sure that it's still in the condition that it needs to be in. It will eventually become a requirement that people use some sort of air protection in their suits, but the start of something like that again is affected by the uncertainty around the continuation of the sport.
Due to the high risks involved, one of the biggest issues facing motorcycle racing is insurance. Events ground to a halt in 2022 due to difficulties securing cover, and the aftermath of Brexit is still being felt.
Brexit brought about a situation whereby only underwriters based in the EU could write insurance within the EU. Obviously, we're a part of that. Now, the last UK broker we spoke to said, Alex, frankly, we won't touch it because we can't put a value on any awards that are given out by the courts in this country. It's just like the Wild West.
How much have insurance costs increased by?
I would say €500,000 in our case, from roughly 100,000 to 650,000, that sort of order.
For those who pour their lives into it, what do they want to see being done to protect racing into the future?
My name's Ian Wearty, and that's Jack Wearty, my son. And I'm racing in the Superbike and Supersport class, and Jack is racing in Supersport. And I also have another son, and he's racing Supersport. And a brother, and he's racing Superbike and Supersport.
So it's a family tradition?
Yep, 100%. It's very, very hard to get recognition for it. Like it's very hard when you stop something to get something back again and get people back going. Your tyre bill, like, it just goes on and on. Your fuel bill, getting here, you know, it's it's getting, like anything else, it's getting dearer every year.
Whereas, suppose, a rally car driving and all that get an X amount given to them every year, and there's nothing.
Funding to motorcycling sport is separate to rallying. It's hoped more investment will encourage younger riders into the sport. While it is largely made up of male competitors, one woman flying the flag is Alana Maher from County Cavan. When Alana is not racing bikes, she's singing country music.
Motorbikes was always a big thing in our house. I always wanted to race but was never allowed because it's just me and my brother, and Mum was like, no, the one's enough. And being the girl, I suppose, you know, she didn't really like it. She finds it hard to watch the racing, to be honest. But I kind of found my way to it about 4 years ago. Promotion, I'd say, is probably the biggest thing to try and get the word out there about the race. And unless you're into motorbike racing, I think a lot of the time it kind of falls by the wayside a wee bit. If you are into motorbike racing, come and watch it. Pay in, buy your programme and support it in that way.
Sport Ireland has invested over €33 million in more than 50 sports this year. When it comes to Motorcycling Ireland, it receives €60,000 alongside angling and ice hockey. Despite challenges with funding and securing insurance, a road race in the rural village of Athay in County Limerick is returning next month for the first time in 15 years.
If you looked at this road here, from this bridge to the top of the hill, when the race was over in the evening time, that road was just full. People said maybe 10,000 people at them stage over the weekend into a small village like this. This event probably carrying maybe 80 to 90 riders, maybe more, some from Northern Ireland, France, Wales, Scotland. There are even riders coming from the United States. We still had to set up a company, we still have to pay accountants, we still have to pay all our fees. We can't fundraise because we're not running. And then we're solely dependent on getting government funding, local authority, council funding, any place we can get it.
Organisers turn to local representatives who believe the event will be a boost for the economy and could be used as an example to kickstart more events in regional areas.
The Athay community have come behind this Foursquare. This event is going to really buy into West Limerick tourism, you know, because what we really want to do in a place like this is get a niche of tourism where people might do the 2 or 3 bed nights. We're not going to get people here for weeks or fortnights in West Limerick and rural areas. Limerick City and County Council have a big contribution made here. An investment of 120,000 has gone into the track to bring it up to safety standards. And the directly elected mayor gave a contribution of up to 20,000 in relation to helping kickstart the insurance premium.
The high insurance costs are down to the level of risks with extreme sports. Recent tragedies at events have raised questions about the safety of the sport.
And some people will say, due to the layout, due to surrounding infrastructure, that it can be more dangerous than your track racing.
Right, safety measures, I suppose, is number one when you run a road race. It's like any sport. You will always have a day that you don't want to remember, I suppose, number one. If there is a serious accident, look, the medical team we have on the ground on the day of road racing will be a high-end medical team. They're there to attend to the rider. Sometimes, yes, it can go very, very wrong. It has a big impact on the road racing family, big impact on the club. No one likes to see anyone getting seriously injured or worse. But we just have to get up, get on with this. The riders, they know the risks. Like any sport, when they put their leg over the bike, they're willing to take the risk. It's like a jockey getting up on a horse.
Motorcycling racing in Ireland is at an uncertain point in its history. Some competitors will only race on tracks due to the safety that comes with the design, but for others, the call of the road is too strong.
23 years competing now. Started when I was 6. Dad, he always had a passion for them. He always had bikes, so the interest was there initially. He bought me a mini moped from there. The rest is history. Been road racing for 3 years. It's been a roller coaster of events because obviously first year we'd no southern events due to lack of insurance. So I literally went to Cookstown, went to the Northwest, and then got an invite to go straight to the Isle of Man TT. So basically you could say my 3rd ever road race event was heading down Bray Hill at the Isle of Man. So that was a bit of a mind-blowing experience.
And when you hear of serious injuries and fatalities in the sport, how does that affect your decision-making when you're thinking about the long-term vision of this, especially as you said, you're a family man?
Yeah. So yeah, that's obviously the heartache end of it, you know, and it's the unfortunate part of sort of every sport, you know, and motorsport has it, boxing has it, rugby has it, football has it, but it's the selfish side of this game. We're in it because we love it, the passion, the drive, the adrenaline, the atmosphere. My kids love it, you know, we go to race weekends. This is my son's life now, and it's going to be my daughter's life, and it's great, you know, and it's something I hope my son incorporates in his kids' life.
From the competitors to fans and all of those involved in motorcycling, uncertainty remains over the future of the sport.
Well, I think the road racing's slowing down anyway, naturally, you know, so I don't know if it'll last much longer, to tell you the truth.
At the moment, there seems to be an appetite for the road racing back again, and I think there's a bright future for road racing.
Without the support coming in, governing bodies putting money into it, it's just not going to survive, and that's just unfortunately the reality of it.
That report from Josh Crosby. Well, in a statement, the Department of Culture and Sport said that matters relating to funding are delegated to Sport Ireland, who have responsibility for distributing funds directly to national governing bodies through its core grant investment. Motorsport clubs are also eligible to avail of funding through the Community Sports Facilities Fund. It is anticipated that the forthcoming funding round will particularly target areas and sports that have historically not benefited from significant investment. Miriam.